Yeah, we find her, the beautiful girl we've been missing. We wanna have her kissing. We find her, now we in love. Say go so, the remix.
DMB, Tux Bites, remix.
Now if I had to lose you like a bad phone connection, I'd change my game to get a better reception. Sit back, let's start this interaction. Don't fight the feelings, just a chain reaction. Your heart won't give you the wrong instructions. Like my GPS, yes I got the right direction. We gotta merge together like a road intersection. Last stop is gonna be my love and affection. I ain't like the mother dudes, they wanna call you shorty, but I'ma call you a beautiful girl. I took your picture home, my mama saw it, she's a very, very beautiful girl. I wanna put you in my video, cause you're so beautiful. You're a beautiful girl. So when you hear us on your radio, turn up your stereo. It's beautiful girl.
Gotta find a shorty, what's worth of a lady. It's nice but maybe doesn't look like 40. It's taking a little time. I wasn't seeing no signs, any traces of my baby. Who's gonna be my baby? But I thought I'm gonna take my time. But then it took a long fine eye. I saw a shorty passing by. She's got this very pretty smile. It was right at the pen station. I tried to make a conversation, holding her arms, feeling so charmed. I felt the sensation. It's been a while that I've been trying to find a beautiful girl. Now I realize I found me a beautiful girl. She's a model, she's so fine. I just wanna take it by. Beautiful girl. Sparkling eyes are killing tight. I found me a beautiful girl.
My wish came true when I saw you, girl. God must have blessed me with your beauty, girl. Looking so right from your head to your toe. Shaped like a coke bottle with a smile of a queen. My queen to be, you my destiny. Got a body of a goddess, such a beauty. I'm impressed and I'm never in distress. Come on over and be mine. Been searching for a man and now all the cats keep looking to mine. With a sexy walk and a sexy talk, she must be from the planet called the sexy world. I know I ain't tripping, better yet I'm thinking put a ring on the finger, we look good together. Take your place in my heart with your beauty. I'ma say that I'll never turn away. Who would think I'm in love?
Such the way she smiles at me just really makes me weak. The way she speaks to me just really make me go so weak. Keep staring in her eyebrows. All I kept on saying is wow. Your beauty shines and breeze at night. All I really want in my life. Oh yeah. It's been a while that I've been trying to find a beautiful girl. Fine brown eyes. I found me a beautiful girl. She's my model, she's so fine. I just wanna take it. Beautiful girl. Sparkling eyes, killing tight. I found me a beautiful girl. Yeah, beautiful girl. What beautiful girl, yeah. Beautiful girl.
Damn. Money. You seen her? Hot Ice. Have you seen her? LP. Have you seen her? I'ma go over to Tux Bites. I know you've probably seen her. He has a lot of beautiful girls with him. Tux, it's DMB, baby. Look.
Beautiful.
I look for a while, but I can't seem to find a beautiful girl so I can make her mine. Time after time, I've been searching for a while, but every girl I meet never seems worthwhile. What can I do? I pray to God for an answer. I feel pains in my heart like cancer, and when I find her, I'm gonna romance her. Lace her with presents and gifts. Call me Santa. Claus, I make a heartbeat pause. That's my girl, homeboy, not yours. The girl of my dreams, she's more than I ever thought. Show me ass and culture, I think I'm getting punked. She's what I really want, so I'ma go get her. Since I'm a go getter, you know I'm gon' get her. And I will give her the world, anything for my beautiful girl.
Psych. Ooh, it's been a while that I've been trying to find a beautiful girl. Fine brown eyes. I found me a beautiful girl. She's my model, she's so fine. I just wanna take it. Beautiful girl. Sparkling eyes, killing
touching and kissing, make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.
Man of prestige. Ha! Now this guy win. Now you win. Now you win today. Now you win. Now you win. I agree. Man of prestige. Now man you be.
I'm sure some people will be jealous now the way I talk about Ola. But I have learned a lot from him. That's why I keep telling you to follow him. If you don't follow Man of Prestige, now you know.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Do me a favor, hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications as you're coming up live. We're live. Yes, we continue the Davido 2024 coverage today. But today, we're not playing music, okay? We're going to actually be learning today. I know some people can stand that. They call it I'm speaking English. Today, you go hear English tired. Anyway, welcome back. I hope you guys are doing well. Chidima Alpha, how you doing? Thank you for being here, sis. D-Love, my sister, good to see you. All right. D-Love says, Chidivo 2024, happy for them. I wish them all the best. Now Davido better get it together. That's all we can hope for, right? That's all we can hope for. But yes, we're here to talk about this, but let me do some house rules real quick. Shout out to my sponsors, Mo Fresh, Life with Natu, Adesua, Film Girl, Open Floor by Tima, Gores Corner, D-Love 3000, Yes TV, and Chidima, of course. Always supporting the platform. I appreciate you. You can join the sponsors with the join button on the YouTube, on our YouTube channel. Our goal this month is $275. We're presently 5 days away from the end of the month. We're up to $128. I want to say thank you for everybody that shares, that like, that subscribe, that donated. Thank you to all of you. What we do here is we talk about life and relationship. We extract lessons from trendy topics. So Davido has been trending all day, probably all last 4 days. So, and this is about marriage. This is about people deciding to do life together. So obviously there's tons of lessons we can extract from Davido's track records, from the events that are happening at this moment in time. There's so much we can extract from that. What you're looking at right now is actually a live feed of what's going down right now in Victoria Island, I think, in Lagos. That's actually, you can see Davido seated over there, and that's actually going on right now. So I know you're wondering, like, wait, how did you get that feed? Well, this is the new world. It's a digital world. We can tap in and see what's going on. My observation all day has been that interesting. It's a lot of party. You know, Davido knows a lot of people, so a lot of big people, guys, older people, people that run Nigeria essentially. They're at this party, but as you can see, it looks like they're tired. They're just chilling at the like after party or something like that right now, right? So, but it's been a lot of events throughout the course of the day. But tonight is gonna be about. Let me see. Chidima says, "Did OBO sing this for Chef Chi today?" What? My song, "The Beautiful Girl." They sang a lot of good songs. My favorite is probably the. Let me see if I can find it. Chike. I think that's probably my favorite session. But I'm not gonna play music today. I just want us to talk. Let's talk. All right, so there's a lot of events today too. I was shortly towards the end of Uncle Beno's show. I was on his show. I already told him to please always let us know when it's going live in the Prestige Family Backstage. We need to support each other. If you're a content creator, also you want us to support you, please. I'm always open. Just join us in the backstage so we can help each other grow our platforms. We're rubbing off of each other, either you like it or not. We're learning from each other. So if you're a content creator, join us first on the backstage, and then if you're actually creating content, share your stuff. Let's help you. Let's support you. Let's grow together. All right. You can download our books for free. My name is Ola. I think I said that already, right? So I'm a relationship and a marriage coach. So everything I'm going to be speaking to you today came from tons of experience. I've been married twice to the same person. It's been 20 years. Okay. Married officially 17 years. And then, what we will say completely brand new foundation about 7 years ago. So everything I'm talking to you come from a lot of research, personal experiences, and I gain nothing from misleading you. Okay, I gain nothing. I'm okay if I said something yesterday and I change my mind tomorrow. I'm okay with that. I'm okay to tell you I changed my mind, and I hope you're okay. If you're not okay with that, I will call you out and you'll collect. Jesus, so early. Sorry, I mistakenly, my fingers were too happy. Sorry. But yes, so we're here to learn. We catch some crews, but we're here to learn ultimately. I'm not here to agree to disagree with you. If that's what you're looking to do, go somewhere else. What we're going to do is, as long as we're in the middle of the conversation, we'll continue to rub minds together to seek understanding. Okay? If you're just here to say, I disagree, and then you shut your mind off, I'm probably not going to learn anything from you because you're shut off. Then obviously you already decided you don't want to learn anything from me. There are many other platforms where you can do that. Over here, it's a continuous improvement thing. We're always learning, so we keep an open mind always. Okay, so that doesn't mean we can't disagree. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying calm down with all that I agree to disagree stuff. It's a little bit different here. We're on a marathon. We plan to have an awesome life. We plan to build solid relationships, and we understand that that's something you continue to learn. You don't shut your mind off and think you're going to build good relationships. You have to be open-minded. Okay, so just keep that at the back of your mind. It's okay to have a different idea yesterday and change it tomorrow, because our world is also evolving anyway. Okay. So I digress a lot there. Let me see who else is here now. Yeah, D-Love is here. Party is still going on. Yes. Beyond Braids is here. Running to You by Chike. Yes, he sang that, and he sang a couple of other ones. So I thought it was good. Welcome Beyond Braids. All right. We're here to learn some big English. Exactly. Exactly. So let's keep it going. With that being said, let me see what the agenda is today. About 4 different segments we're going to have, but we're going to finish on time. All right, we're going to finish on time. Yep. All right, let's just get into the first segment first. Let's warm up, catch some crews, and then we'll go. I'll be right back. We offer evidence-based relationship and marriage resources and coaching to help you navigate the difficult times.
Don't just wing it. Learn the principles that work.
Download our 2 free books and book your complimentary coaching session now at manofprestige.com. All right, welcome back. Not to welcome covenanted worship. Welcome. Somebody sent a nasty letter to Auntie B. I'm going to drag that person later on, so stay tuned. Not now. I'm going to drag that person. I'm going to show you the letter. I'm going to actually drag that person. All right, and I'm going to drag anybody who wants to stay in the funky pain. I'm going to drag you too, so you can get out of it. Because sometimes I feel like I need to trigger you. Yeah, literally trigger you. Out of that situation, because I'm telling you, pain is a very interesting thing. Sometimes you actually enjoy being inside of it. Weird enough, I know, but this is, again, we're showing some highlights of what's going on right now. Let's play this a little bit. So at this point, you can see it's just a big old party over there, right? So, but the first thing that I wanted to show you is this right here. Watch this. Check this out. Shout out to CDH TV for all those live feeds.
Jesus Christ, our righteousness. Can you please stand up? Standing on the promises of Christ, I came to eternal ages, set it with His friend. In the highest and we shout and sing, and say, standing on the promises of God, they are standing, standing on the promises. Please take your right to your feet. Standing. They are stand to your seat now. Now, let them sit down.
All right, so that's obviously that was a moment where Davido was crying. You know, Davido, I want to be fair to everybody that have alternative people that have alternative opinions about this. I want to be fair to them, okay? Davido is a public figure, so it's okay to have alternative opinions about, oh, he's getting married. After all, he's a superstar, he's a rock star. So that's just what it comes with sometimes. However, if we're here or even on TB's platform or even on Kobeno's platform and we're talking, you know, we're always looking to extract lessons. And all you want to do is just, and it's just like, okay, we like we're telling you, like, okay, we're with you. Okay, calm down. Okay, calm down. Today's a wedding, and you don't get it. If you don't get it, you know, for me, it's very easy for me if you don't get it, for me to tell you to forget about it.
You get it? If you don't get it, forget about it.
I can tell you that, you know, but then sometimes I also see opportunity for even better lessons, and that's what we're going to do today. But before we do that, let's just, again, these are some highlights of some of the events during the day. All right, so that's that, but let me go into, I'm going to go to Instagram and see what else is going on Instagram. Let's see, before I do that, let me pause this. All right, good. All right, so on Instagram, let me make sure you guys can see clearly. Let's just do some recap. I'm doing it with you. I saw some, but I'm doing some of them with you right now. As a matter of fact, let me refresh this page. This is a live feed, okay, with the top post. So I'm just gonna refresh that page, the Chivido 2024 page. So obviously Olamide popped up early on. I don't know why I say obviously, but Olamide was there, and a bunch of other artists. You have the Ibile, what's his name? Zlatan, Chike, right? So these are some of the highlights. So Olamide popped up as a surprise. that was Olamide. Alright, I'll stop because of some of this music. There's this song that came out, this Ogechi song. I think the video is on a remix or something. So that song has been popping since yesterday as well. Here's another highlight. I think this is who was this? So who is this person that was singing here? Let me see. Okay, Olamide and the other guy. Is that Fireboy? I think it's Fireboy. Alright, so we've seen that already, and of course, some Egungun Be Careful stuff as well. Calabar Carnival, they showed up. Is she from Calabar? Why is the Calabar Carnival there? I know she's Igbo, that's what I thought. Are Igbo people in Calabar? Correct me, I don't know. Just help me, educate me, I beg. Okay, so they were spending a lot of dollars freely. They couldn't spend Naira freely. The fear of EFCC is the beginning of wisdom. You can see, what's his name? Cubana Chief Priest. Okay, so they're spending the dollar freely, but they couldn't spend the Naira freely because of EFCC. Their scapegoat is still in jail, Bobrisky. Where is Auntie Kem Kem? Forget that thing. Adúpẹ́ o, babes wind. Adúpẹ́ o. So, Ajiwenzi says, my network is betraying me. We have a thunderstorm. I'm not running away from you. You go correct. Party is still on. Oh, yes. The party is still on. Shout out to Uncle Beno with his second. The party is crowded. Yes, the party was quite ghetto-ish type of crowded. But it's Davido. Everybody wants to celebrate with him, right? Let's see. Fear of ECC, AFCC. Uncle Beno is nobody's mate. Welcome, Uncle Beno. Shout out to Uncle Beno. Let's see. Okay, so that's that. Okay, so there's another highlight. She looks absolutely stunning. Davido looks good too for her husband. We're gonna talk today about finding a wife. We're gonna talk about that. So if you're my brother and you're listening behind the scenes, today's session is for you as well. Ladies, I'm also gonna share with you the 4 attributes of a wife. Also, I link it to the scriptures for those of you that are Christians. If you're not a Christian, no worry. It's very well-rounded conversation we're going to have around that. Finding a wife. Everybody is obsessed. Most people are obsessed with the cheating thing. And that's part of your problems. You're obsessed with the worst case scenario. Okay? You're obsessed with all Nigerian men cheat. That's part of your problems. It's an obsession. Okay? We don't care. Okay? Either you agree or disagree with it. Either way, you are right because you're speaking from your own personal experience.
You're right.
That has nothing to do with what you're going to do, how you're going to contribute to your own rest of your life. So today I'm going to give you some tips around that. So once and for all, you can stop worrying about cheaters or being cheated on or any of those kind of nonsense. At the end of the day, this world is a very competitive place. I mean, the best player win. Okay?
You know what?
It's that simple. If your pastor didn't tell you, it can be that simple. It's complicated, but it can be that simple. May the best player win. It has nothing to do with your looks or sex or money or a lot. But those are things that shows up when you're having a good time. Okay? You ever see people say you're glowing because you're having a good time with your life? You ever heard that before? Wait, what happened before? You're glowing because you're having a good time. You ever heard people say, what happened to you? Because you can't stop obsessing over the worst case scenario that life has to present. Okay, I get it. Davido's picture can trigger a lot. I get it. But do you really know them like that? Let's be honest. Do you really know them like that? I'm still covering some of the highlights. Let's keep going. Okay, I don't know what kind of highlight this is. Somebody. Oh God. Oh God. Somebody is floating inside of the party. Jesus. Oh my God. Anyway, they also in Mole, the governor, Davido's uncle, was very, very present. Somebody said he should not have left the state to go and be going to his nephew's wedding.
Not be juju be that.
You see, people are sick, right? But somehow somebody is floating in their pictures here. Anyway, I love this picture. I love whatever they did with this picture. It's beautiful, right? I don't know what kind of effects they put on those pictures, but they're beautiful. All right, so they were dancing here. Okay, this is the performance with Chike. Welcome, Uncle Patrick. All right, so that's Chike performing. That's another outfit that they had on earlier on today. All right, somebody said, what did somebody, like you saw pretend or something, like, not pretend, what's the word that the person said? What's the person said though? The person said something to the fact, like Davido is marrying her out of pity. I'm still trying to comprehend that or what that means. This is, we just saw Davido cry. He must have been doing that and pretending as well. I get that pretending is not the same thing as marrying out of pity, but I'm trying to figure out what that means. Because sometimes when people say things like that, in the grand scheme of things, like for example, if I say life is a game, you play to win, like Uncle Beno say here, some people might say, shout out to AG Ohio, the other day she said, are we playing games with people's heart? No, that's a different context. It's about understanding that we are 8 billion people here. And if you're not intentional about your life, you will cry. Even those that are intentional still cry. Imagine you're not intentional at all. Just imagine that. That's all I'm saying. Just being intentional and knowing that you need skills to navigate life. That's what life is a game means. Either you're a husband or you're a wife or you're a parent. Parenting is not your mate. Most of us, we try to parent the way we were raised. And how is it working out? Anyway, we're still talking. Hit the like button, share, subscribe. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful pictures. He was crying. Of course, we saw that early on. This picture is beautiful. And this is the guy who introduced them.
Okay.
Let's play that again.
Yes.
That's the real story. Exclusive. Exclusive.
If you know, you know.
Nai introduced me to my wife.
That's the real story. Exclusive.
Nai introduced to my wife. Another nice picture. Somebody said I lost 20 kg running from blog to blog. Nobody sends you. Alright, so another performance, a lot of people performed, obviously, is Davido. Davido is, some people call him 001. Alright, so this is Craze Clown. So a lot of the highlights is Olamide performing. People apparently enjoy that. Let's see this. Oh, Mayokun. So Mayokun was there as well, of course. Mayor of Lagos. Very nice. All right, and this is a clearer chicken. All right, I wish the sound was better, but let's keep going. Who is this? Them Chioma really have good genes in their family. This is Chioma's sister, huh? Uh-oh.
Jennifer Roland.
Uh-oh.
There's Roland there. Jennifer Roland.
They're shining.
My uncle said I need to marry. Doesn't mean me.
Uncle, don't worry. Give me 2 weeks. We are working
2 weeks.
1 billion. 1 billion. 1 billion.
1 billion, please. Oh wow, she looked like her sister.
Just few dollars.
Uncle, you want to tell me?
All right, so that's the sister. Is that nice? I'm not sure who that was just now. All right, so somebody is coming in. I wonder who that is. Oh, that's her dancing. They're coming in. So, Tenny said, Chef Chief fine anyhow. So, Clear Council, you can't hate David, an amazing human altogether. You know, one of the things that people struggle with, I see, when I say life is a game you have to play to win, is their obsession with right and wrong. We talk about that here all the time. They think if you're a good person, you win. I don't disagree with that. It's just that your definition of good person might be discombobulated. Your definition, like, oh, let's just all be honest. Are you sure you're being honest? Do you even know what the truth is? Do you know what the truth is before you talk about honesty? Or you're just talking about your own version of the truth? Right? What moral compass are you coming from? Is it perfect? Somebody said, what works? In fact, let me play that video for you. I'm going to play this guy because this guy is... these are my brothers, but I need to drag them every now and then. Right? Let me see if I can find this for you real quick. I favorited it so I can play it later. Did I favorite it, Sha? It's not here. Oh. But let me see if I can search for it. OD, I think their name is OD. Yeah, I think I found it. Let me see. OD and AK podcast. Let me say with my full chest, this guy yarn nonsense all the time. They are literally yarning nonsense all the time on TikTok. But I'm not sure if I can find the actual video. It's going to be hard for me to find the actual video. Don't worry. Let's continue our highlights. Let's not derail with some stupid manosphere nonsense. MOP. MOP. A little scared to say this, but I have to. Although I am happy for both of them, we have to be careful with the cheating thing. We don't want to send a message that is okay because it isn't. For me, it's very simple. Cheating is wrong. We don't have to beat that over the head more than that. If you have to beat it over the head more than that, something else is wrong. Can you agree with that, D-Love? Cheating is absolutely wrong. I just added the word absolutely. If you have to beat those words over the head more than that, there are other issues involved. And that's what we're here to talk about. What other issues? Cheating is just wrong. Well, then we should just both agree. It should be that simple. Okay. Are we negotiating bride price now? Yes, so. David's expression is so beautiful. You can tell he's genuinely happy. They don't care what you people think. Jesus Christ. That's true. They don't care today. And that's like any other wedding. Because before they concluded that they want to get together and do life together, there's a lot that has gone on behind the scenes beyond what we can see on social media, right? Babes Win said, Eba oni ire yo. David loved his wife so much. This saying he married her out of pity are not love at home. They were planning for their wedding before they lost their child. I think some type of people might actually like to involve some other stories today. Today is not just a day, Today is going to be about a man finding a wife. When you find a wife, the flaws, they disappear. Okay? When you find a wife, the flaws will seemingly disappear to be the last thing on your mind. Everything that's imperfect about the individuals, that's the beauty of weddings. It's the downside and the upside of weddings at the same time. Like most people that are saying I do, they don't know what they're doing. Because after the wedding, they have to face reality. But wedding is such a beautiful thing. It has that power on you. Literally, you have a grown man crying. Although it won't be the first time we see Davido crying. But we also don't know the reason why he was crying on his knees. Some people have a theory around that. We don't know the facts, right? Somebody say, Ola, stop the clap. We know the fact. I don't know the facts, right? David said a couple of times today is the happiest day. Come on, the guy really loves his wife. That's how beautiful love is. You believe. You don't know for a fact, but you just believe, right? You just believe. Chidima is just here for the sound bites. That's it.
Don't care. Don't care. Don't care. Still don't care. I don't care. I don't care.
Yeah. It's deep. It's deep. It's life, and we can do whatever he wants. He cheat, agreed. It's not perfect. Yeah. I agree, sir. If you have been to Nigeria lately, you will see that there's no moral standard left. As long as you have money, you can do whatever. That moral thing, we'll continue to talk about it too. The society is evolving. I think justification is inevitable. I think what I'm trying to teach you guys or share or offer you guys is when you present already justified, just because you understand the rule of life, right? When you present already justified, as in like people just, even when you are wrong. The story of David, people don't know how deep the story of David is. They think it's about a man cheating, not Davido, the David inside of the Bible, the favored David inside of the Bible, right? People don't understand the depth of that story. If you don't understand the depth of grace, I ask you to please go and do some work on grace, offering grace and receiving grace. It is not about your capability. Your capability is also needed. It's cute. That's what God is going to use to multiply you. But it's cute at best, okay? Because the kind of greatness that's going to approach your life is greater than what you can possibly sustain on your own, right? So that's what the story of David represents to someone like me. It's not just a man who gets a free pass to act out. No, that's the other side of the story. I hope you don't do that, because you can't say, there's also a part of the Bible that talks about, you can't say that grace abounds, something like that. I'm not a Bible scholar, pardon me. But the point is that you can't just because of grace act anyhow. But in life, we will all need grace, is the point. Regardless of how perfect you try to play it out. So let's play a couple more highlights, and then we'll get into some of today's lesson. This is when Very Dark Man showed up. You can see he almost kissed Very Dark Man in the mouth. Did you see that? Very Dark Man is another people that people would love to hate. But when favor finds you, you will find out very quickly that it's not about your righteousness, right? That doesn't mean you shouldn't attempt to do the right thing. Those are two different conversations, right? But I'm bringing it in from this angle, like, sure, I know you can operate right and you do the right thing. But I need you to understand that lots and lots of grace is at work when you see your favorite being blessed, or whoever your favorite is. I don't care if it's Oprah Winfrey, I don't care if Bill Clinton, Donald Trump, right? Who is the most perfect person that you can think about? Barack Obama, right? There's always somebody on the other side of a blind spot who think that, are you serious? That's your role model. There's always somebody who is open to tell you why they're the worst of examples. So there goes, So I'm just saying, there, lots of humility in our ideologies of what the right and wrong is. We need a lot more energy in the direction of humility and applying grace. Am I preaching already too much? Somebody will say I'm speaking English now. Jesus Christ. Shall we continue in sin so that grace may abound? Exactly. Thank you. I'm not a Bible scholar. You guys can always help me. I can always count on you guys. I just know how to turn other stuff. I knew that statement would be misunderstood. I'm happy for them. I just want us to not compare. No, you're good. D-Love, you know us enough here. So you know what it is. You know what time it is. I'm with you on that, D-Love. But definitely we don't want that to get lost in the sauce. All right, so let's get into, let's see. Oh, look at that cake. That cake is pretty moderate for a Davido. I don't think it's too big, it's not too small. What do you guys think? You guys know better than me when it comes to this cake thing, right? And then who is tagging all these people? Are these the real people? Are these all the real people that actually worked on the wedding? That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money made today. Look at all these people. All right, another beautiful, it says together and forever. There's no wedding that you go to that is not about, that's the plan. That's the plan, right? Now, there's a video that, let's see, the uncle, again, Imole. Okay, this is a video right here. That was when they were riding to the venue.
Go, 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 go. Yeah, go.
All right, that's when they were riding to the venue. All right, so that's some highlights for today. Let's get into, I think I might just, I'll leave the after party on the scene. Let's see. Oh, I think they finished one of the after parties. Oh, they finished the party. Oh, the party is finished. Sorry. Let's see here. All right, so yeah, I'll just replay this one, and then we have that playing in the background. Kilo Shele, no. Yeah, play now. Kilo share. All right, this one. All right, perfect. So let's have that playing in the background, and then we can get into some of the stuff we want to talk about today. So that was some of the highlights. In about 2 or 3 days, tops 72 hours, we'll move on to other news, right? You guys agree? There you go. In about 2 or 3 days, we'll move on to other news. So no worries. So for me personally, earlier on today, I looked at Instagram a couple of times. At one point, I was like, okay, I'm tired. I was like, that's it. I'm good. It was, at some point, it was quite tiring seeing all of that in the feed, because they literally, when they say traffic, when they say, what do they call it? Like all the channels, all the feeds on social media, everywhere was blocked by Davido 2024 today. But I think Davido is somebody that's pretty much loved. You know, he's loved by many people, and when you're loved, when you make people feel good, you give back. I don't know if that's sadly or fortunately, whatever you want to call it, people will let you get away with a lot of stuff. That's some of the reality you need to face, just in general in life. Okay, you've heard about the stories of even people like Two-Face, Idibia, right? People will allow you to get away with lots of stuff if you're nice, if you give back, if people feel good around you, if you make them laugh. That's why even comedians get away with a lot of stuff, right? But check this out, you know. Let me see. Choosing to become. Okay, all the sad stuff, I think I'll leave it to the next segment. Yeah, we got some stuff here. I just want to leave the highlights for the highlights. With that being said, 47 people watching live. Shout out to you all. I think that's all because of Davido, but you're going to learn some things here today. Stick around. Let me share this. There you go. And give me about 20 seconds. I'll be right back. We offer evidence-based relationship and marriage resources and coaching to help you navigate the difficult times.
Don't just wing it. Learn the principles that work.
Download our 2 free books and book your complimentary coaching session now at manofprestige.com. All right, so Davido finds a wife, and what does that mean? Okay, I think there's a verse in the Bible, Proverb. Actually, I'm just going to go ahead and read all of Proverb 18 to you. I think we're going to learn a lot from it. I think the Bible is a solid book. You learn a lot, okay, from the Bible. If you're not thinking of it in a religious way, if you're actually taking some of the lessons, some of them may not apply to the world you live in today. Leave it alone. There's no need to argue over it. But some of them are so straightforward. They are words of wisdom. Like most of the stuff from Proverbs, most of that stuff are stuff you can relate with any age, right? So I find this Proverb 18:22 talks about finding a good wife. Many of you already know what that verse is about, right? The verse says, I'm going to read that to you. It says, he who finds a wife finds a good thing and gets favor from the Lord. And I think that's what this is about, more so than Chioma finding a husband, right? I think that's what it's about. I think it's more so about finding a wife than it's about finding a husband. Because if you find a wife, right, when you find a wife, you do everything in your power to protect that situation. So today, just for a few minutes, I will also talk about what husband means, okay? But particularly if you're going to make marriage work, right? If you're going to make marriage work, the first thing is renewing of your mind. Your mindset is like your number one asset. Outside of yourself, your time, your mindset is your number one asset. And what feeds our mindset is our experiences, okay? Our experiences, the way we've been socialized, the way we've been pre-programmed. And those are some of the things that affect our decision making as we move into the future. If whatever you're doing is working for you, it's very simple for me. Keep doing it. Me, I would never, once you, like, if you're not ending your statement with a sentence, I literally look for that. That's where I add value. If you have a sentence or you ask for my insights directly, I see an opportunity to add value. It doesn't have to be the correct answer, but you're giving me an opportunity to add some value. If you're making a statement, I'm just going to have to assume that you know what you're talking about. Unless you're being offensive, then I'll check you. If it's at a personal level, not on this YouTube stuff, but in a personal level, I'll check you. If you're being offensive, I'll let you know that you're being offensive. But if you ask a question, I see it as an invitation to add value. So I'm saying that to tell you that if what you're doing works for you, right, keep doing it. There's no need. But if you're trying to sell me on something else, then I will have to assume that what you're doing is probably not working for you. Okay, so I just wanted to say that as a background real quick when it comes to this. But I think Proverb 18 is a solid chapter in the Bible that you can read over and over again, and you can build a whole life around it. Okay, so verse 1, he who stays away from others cares only about himself. He argues against all good wisdom. Okay. A fool does not find joy in understanding, but only in letting his own mind be known. Who would have thought that was in the Bible? Right? We even when we're arguing within marriage, sometimes we just all about you're not seeking understanding. When you find yourself in not seeking understanding, it's called an argument. You just want to get your own mind known. So when two people are participating in that behavior, you have an active, right? So all the time here, we talk about active listening. That's what that verse is talking about. A fool does not find joy in understanding, okay? But only in letting his own mind know. I'll just let you know my own and that's it, right? Gotta be careful. It's not always a bad thing. It's often a bad thing. Number 3, verse 3. See, I don't read the Bible a lot, you can tell. Verse 3, when a sinful man comes, hate comes also. And where there is no honor, there is shame. Verse 4, the words of a man's mouth are deep waters. What you say out of your mouth matters, obviously, right? Wisdom comes like a flowing river, making a pleasant noise. I'm reading all of this because I don't want you to think I'm jumping to 18 or 22 just to talk about wife. No, that's not what we're doing here, okay? I'm reading so you can get some context of the flow of the chapter. It is not good to favor the sinful and to keep what is fair from one who is right with God. Remember, I always talk about don't be obsessed with fairness. This one is actually pushing against me. The truth is that in many respects in life, we have to call right and wrong. Yes, there's no doubt about that, okay? But I just think we kind of do a lot of that already, right? But most of us know what is right and wrong. The issues are deeper, okay? Let's keep going. We're getting there. Verse 6, the lips of a fool bring fighting, and his mouth calls for a beating. Okay. 7. The mouth of a fool is what destroys him. When they say him here, you know the Bible is somewhat patriarchal. It's kind of like, so they're talking about all of us, okay? This is just the ages. They wrote this in the ages when they only counted men. They didn't count children, they didn't count women. That's just that age. So when they say him or they're talking about a man, they're talking about, just translate it to all of us, because all of us are running things in our lives. We have the power to do that anyway. So, all right. So 8, the words of one who speaks about others in secret are like tempting bites of food. They go down into the inside parts of the body. Okay. 9, he who is lazy in his work is a brother to him who destroys. Okay. If you're a lazy person, you're basically closely related to people who destroy. 10, the name of the Lord is a strong tower. The man who does what is right runs into it and is safe. Many of you are probably familiar with that. 11, the rich man's money is a strong city. The money is not the currency, it's the strong city, and he thinks it is like a high wall. Okay. 12, the heart of a man is proud before he is destroyed. Did we talk about humility here earlier or not? Okay, that's just another way of saying pride precedes falling, all that kind of stuff. I'm reading a particular version, New Life Version here, so pardon me, okay? So again, the heart of a man is proud before he is destroyed. It's talking about the egotistical pride, coconut head part, right? But having no pride goes before honor. Okay, so context. Okay. 13, if one gives an answer before he hears, if you are just giving an answer before you hear, you are listening just to respond. That's what he's talking about. It makes him or her foolish and ashamed. It's right there in the script. I've said that forever. I don't read the Bible a lot, but I've told you that I've read the Bible back to back 3 times before. So I have a good idea of what's in it. That Bible is complete if you don't take it out of context. But what I find is a lot of people who read the Bible and they only read the side that works with the side of their brain that works. Let's keep going. All right, so I'm going to read that again. If one gives an answer before he hears, it makes him foolish and ashamed. I've made that mistake before too. It's a natural thing. Sometimes you just engage in a conversation and you already know what they're thinking. And then you're like, that's why I said your superpower is patience, active listening, okay? And it's okay if you make a boo-boo sometimes, you pick yourself up, but you understand this as a fact of life. You have to be aware. You have to be very, very aware when it comes down to this active listening thing. Listen to understand. You might just find out that you don't need to respond anymore, and you'll be happy and you'll be okay, all right? Excuse me. Let's keep going. The spirit of a man can help him through his sickness, but who can carry a broken spirit? Speaking of broken spirit, this next segment we're getting into, stick around for it. All right, because I have a fantastic example of what a broken spirit sound or reads like. 15. An understanding mind gets much learning. Understanding meaning a mind that's open-minded, like you're open to receiving more. They get much learning, and the ear of the wise listens for much learning. All right. 16. A man's gift makes room for him. Davido, think Davido. Think Davido now. This is a good time to think Davido. A man's gift makes room for him. Never mind all of your righteousness. I'm sorry. I know you think righteousness is all it takes. Honesty is the best policy. In the grand scheme of things, how can I tell you like this? How can I help you say it? What's the nicest way to say it? This is right there in the scriptures. Okay, who is a Muslim here? There's nobody that's a Muslim here, right? Even if you're a Muslim, this one is clear to you. It's all the same anyway, by the way, in my opinion. All right, a man's gift makes room for him and brings him in front of great men. Okay, the gift. When people have gifts, they get away with a lot, right? But they can also self-destruct. Let's not get that twisted, because look at people like Puff Daddy, look at the R. Kellys, right? These are extremely talented people. So we try to tell some of them, if they are moving mad, like they're don't move mad. All these doors are opening for you, but the same people will cast you, okay, if it comes down to a matter of survival for our society. But please don't get it twisted. A man's gift makes room for him. They have an opportunity. If you have gift, forget gift. All of us have gift. If you are operating within your gift, within your calling, you have additional grace to get away with a lot more. All right, regardless of how judgmental people might come off. So I just want to let you know that. 17. He who tells his story first makes people think he's right. Like the first story, the first side of the story, until the other comes to test him. Okay. So if you notice what I do here, sometimes people say I should listen to the other side of the story. I say, I'm not listening to the other side of the story, because actually I'm helping the person telling me a story on how to navigate their calamity. I'm not judging them. I'm helping them navigate. So there's no need for me to necessarily, because I'm not the judge. I'm not going to be a judge. There's no need for me to listen to the other side of the story. But if you're going to judge or come off as judgmental, maybe that's not a bad idea. But there's no two sides to a story. There's more than two sides. There's a version of the story for everybody that have listened to the story. Okay? For every time you listen to a story and you translate it to another person, you create another version. That's why when people say truth, I'm like, which truth are you talking about? The truth now, we know what the truth is. No. Oftentimes, when people say truth, there's a lot of nuances involved. Yes, oftentimes, not all the time. What is the truth? The truth is I'm live right now at 8:58 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, New York time. That is a fact of life. Okay? That one you can say, because that's a fact. But when people use the word truth as opposed to something being factual, they're often talking about the version of the truth that they can see. They can't see their blind spot. That's why you might see me like, kill me by truth. Right? 18. Throwing an object to decide puts an end to arguing. It keeps powerful men from fighting. So that's the attempt to be objective, essentially. That's how I read that. Try to be objective sometimes. So oftentimes we get caught up in our emotions, but emotions not be anybody's mate. You will learn more about that also today when I do share the 13 lessons. The 13 mistakes for David and Chioma to avoid immediately. I'll be sharing that today unfailingly before I leave. 19. A brother who has been hurt in the spirit is harder to be won than a strong city. If you have been hurt, pain is not your mate. If you have been hurt, there's a lot of work that you need to do. Okay? There's a lot of work that you need to do. A brother who has been hurt in the spirit is harder. That means hard. Very hard to break. To be won than a strong city. And arguing is like the iron gates of a king's house. Arguments is in the scripture. Avoid it. Don't avoid it being dismissive. Engage with active listening. Allah did not tell you to go and just ignore the person because he said stop arguing. No, engage that person. You care about that person. You might be in your funk right now, but you actually do care. Ultimately, that's why you feel hurt, because the person who you care about, they also care about you. They've hurt your feelings. All right. So with that being said, you need to understand that arguments is going to happen inevitably. So when I say avoid it, it's not going to be a vacuum. You need to engage with it, active listening. They are coming from a place you don't understand yet. You might not understand it today, but just try. Give them the listening ears. If you are the one complaining, at least. 20. A man's stomach will be filled with the fruit of his mouth. He will be filled with what his lips speak. Basically speaking to the power of the tongue, right? 21. Death and life are in the power of the tongue. Your mouth. Okay, I used to watch Yoruba, series back when I was growing up in Akure OSRC. They will play some series, all those Babalawo people. Enu lebo, enu ife. They used to say those things, and I used to think about like enu lebo, mouth. I don't know if that's what it means, but I just always knew that the mouth is such a powerful thing. And if you don't know how to use it, you just be like, I just want to tell the truth, and you go collect because you just run your mouth. I'm a blunt speaker. Okay, good. That's why you're collecting. Allah has always been diplomatic before. Before I go. Anyway, of course I'm diplomatic. That doesn't mean I'm trying to tell you a lie. I'm just listening. I'm listening more than I'm talking. Maybe you should try that sometimes. Anyway. 23. The poor man asks for loving kindness, but the rich man is hard in his answers. The poor man, think about that. The poor man. This is deep. This one is deep right here. Today in our Bible study, I know, right? Who would have thought? Please hit the like button. You guys love Bible studies anyway. But yeah, I tried to be a Sunday school teacher once upon a time. I was not patient for that. All right, the scenario at TAC was too much for me. I was like, you know what? I'm good. As a matter of fact, I left the church after that. I came back there. I'm still there now. I came back I left in 2009, 2 years after I got married. I came back in 2018 because the pastor was a mentor. He's a mentor of life. He's the one who forwarded our second book, Pastor Ayeni. But the scenario that goes into Sunday school, I'm good, I just didn't have enough patience for that process. All right, so yeah, we're at 21, almost there. 21. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and those who love it will eat its fruit. Okay, the power of the tongue, something to study. It's actually something to study. 22. He who finds a wife finds a good thing and gets favor from the Lord. Okay, I'll come back to that. 23. The poor man asks for loving kindness, but the rich man is hard in his answers. The poor man is always they're basically beggars. Okay, does that sound harsh? It's in the Bible. Okay, they're beggars. The rich man is hard. He knows what he wants. He's sure of himself. He or she, they're sure of themselves. Confidence. That's how I interpret that. A lot of confidence. Everybody else, basically the bottom of society, they're always asking for someone to be kind to them. They don't realize how much power they have in attracting the kindness that they want. They're always asking for respect from their women. They have no idea how powerful they are in actually attracting the level of respect they desire from their woman. They're not even willing to listen. They just shut off. They say, well, a person who doesn't allow me to lead, I can't lead a person who doesn't allow me to lead. Brothers, please don't say that again. Thank you. Please don't say that again. It's blasphemy. Anyway, 24. A man who has friends must be a friend. A man who has friends must be a friend, but there is a friend who stays nearer than a brother. You know when people say blood is thicker than water? people are very quick to say some things that they've heard all their life. Blood is thicker than water. I love my mother more than my wife. Poto. Nonsense. The people that have experience in life, they know better than that. The people that have gone through this life, they know that some of the best, some of the best opportunities that they've encountered came from a strange angle completely. You never expected it. All you have to do is keep working on yourself.
I never expected it.
Entitlement will kill you, will kill your chances at life, at an awesome life. All of this is all types of shade. Trust me, Chidima, all of this is all types of shade. All of this. But if the shoe fits, please wear it, and please nicely. And please understand that I mean well. Okay? Understand that I mean well. So now I want to talk about what is wife, what is a wife, and what is a husband. It's very simple, okay? When I say Davido find a wife, when a man finds a wife, he goes to all type. This has nothing to do with his self-control or what he decides to do with his body, okay? But I'm telling you something he can do that a lot of women, majority of women, as a matter of fact, would let him get away with. Remember already that a man's gift makes room for him. Remember that already. That's one side of it. The other side of it is that when a man finds a wife, okay, what he does is he becomes the rock. Okay, he becomes the rock that the wife can run to for anything. So even when he commits certain atrocities that you're not previewed to the behind the scenes of their lives or their life, you might not understand it from the outside looking in. But to her, this is my rock. Okay? Mindset wise, we're not talking about what you see. We're not talking about Anita on social media. We're talking about the mind of a Chioma, right? This is my rock. Did that girl today look like that's her rock or not? Most people will say she was extremely happy. You could call it short term all you want. It's all good. But you and I don't know what's happening behind the scenes of that situation. So number one. So also the scripture might call it the head. Sometimes the head comes with a lot of responsibility, like the human body. The head pumps blood back and forth between the heart. Once you remove the head of a human body, it's over. It's a wrap. You can remove everything else. The limbs, you can remove, you can even, there's so much you can do, right, with the body. But the head, once you remove the head, it's no longer, right? So the head comes with a lot of responsibility. If you want to occupy that position, just be ready to take on the responsibilities. That goes to my brothers, and it goes to all our equality powerhouses too, right? I'm not against it. Just understand that it comes with a lot of responsibility. Well, we don't need a head. We need partnership. Well, two things can be right at the same time. Speaking of two things can be right at the same time. So the husband is the head. He's the rock, essentially. He's a provider. In 2024, he must also provide emotional stability. In fact, that's the key. Forget the finances is cute and all, but have you ever been with a woman that you're not able to give her everything that you know you could give her yet, right? But she feels that you've given her the whole world because she's at peace. So provider means not just finances. Protector, obviously not just protecting from a highway robber that's going to jump into your fence. That's not what we're talking about. Okay, if you're in the overseas, you're probably going to call 911. All of you call 911. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about protecting her in every sense of the word. Don't discount emotions in any of all of this. That's the biggest variable. A leader, okay? A leader meaning you see problems, you lead. You're not asking that someone should remove your problem before you can lead. That's not a leader, okay? Then more importantly, most importantly, you can support this with Ephesians 5:26b. Actually, I think I want to read that because my father taught me that. I've shared that with you before in the past. I want to read that. This is something only my father taught me. Okay, this is only I've never heard any other pastor. My father is not a pastor; he's an elder in the church. He's considered a minister, but he's the only one that I've ever heard say this to me in the way he said it to me. Okay, so I'm talking about the responsibility of husbands before I get into a person that finds a wife. Just in case the Davidos are listening and they want to hold women accountable before we get to it. No. Yes, I'm talking about what a wife looks like, but I want to first of all show you a husband first. Again, head, the rock, provider, protector, leader, sacrificial love. What is sacrificial love? Ladies, okay, I'm convinced that many of you cannot comprehend this, but men can generally comprehend this because many of them are already doing it. Particularly they're doing it from as in like the touchables, our physical livelihood. They're doing that from that standpoint already. Oftentimes, men fall short when it comes to emotional protection, provision. That's where they fall short. But when it comes to a man showing up, I'm talking about the typical man. I'm not talking about the weirdos on the internet like the pop the balloon weirdo. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the typical man who is out there driving right now to work to go and start a night shift at 10 p.m. right now. He's going to work all the way till the morning, and he does that. He will do that. He doesn't care for a vacation. What he cares for is that his family is being fed. That's what I'm talking about. Majority of men know how to do that. Where they fall short is how to provide emotional safety. That's where they tend to fall short, and a lot of that can be attributed to the evolution that we're going through as human beings. We're in a new era entirely, so a lot of people are still struggling with that. So now, speaking again, I want to read the Ephesians 5. Not 25. 25 is husband loves your wife. You must love them as we get that. Most people know that part. Not 26 where it says Christ did this so he could set the church apart for himself. This part, the 26b, is the most important part. He made it clean by the washing of water with the word. Your words. Cleansing. There's other versions. The version that my father might have shared with me was probably, this one is New Life Version. I think that might have been King James or something like that. Okay. Again, I don't care about the source of this for all the Daddy Free students here. I'm just thinking about how much this makes sense to me right now. That he might sanctify you as a husband, that you might sanctify and cleanse it with the washing of water by the word. Not literally water, your words. Okay. This part, listen to this part. That he might present it to himself a glorious church, not having spot, that means stain, right, or wrinkle or any such thing, but that it should be holy and without blemish. So hot men to love their wife as their own bodies. That's you. I talked about that here yesterday. Your wife is literally you. If you're disrespectful to your wife, if she's reading disrespect from you, there's a good chance that you don't respect yourself. Okay. But particularly, I wanted to talk about the cleansing. The cleansing, like she presents as a woman. It's your cleansing. I interpret that personally as your masculine energy, giving some structure, some safety, some order, right? That's what you bring to that table. And she craves it. She knows herself too. Okay. Anyway, that's that with that. So now, speaking of wife, what is a good wife? What is it that, hopefully, because I don't know their lives too, I'm just using this opportunity of the Davido 2024 to teach today. What is it that hopefully Davido has found in a wife? What is it that we're talking about today? It's very simple. It's just 4 parts. What is a wife? A helper suitable for him. You can back that up with Genesis 2:18. A helper suitable for him. That's number 1. Number 2, Respectful. Uncle Beno would love this one. Respectful. So you can go to Ephesians 5:33 for that. Respectful is not just respectful just off the street stuff like that. Just basically character wise. Not just respectful to him, but just a respectful person in general. Number 3, a partner. Yay, we have partner. Two things can be right at the same time. You can be a partner, but people can also play their roles so well. The synergy, there's sexual polarity, there's all types of other polarity. They complement each other so well, right? That when there's crisis, they can handle it. There's no such thing as there's no crisis. Crises are inevitable, but they can handle it. They can get through it. They can navigate it together. So that's number 3, partner and one flesh. Partner, one flesh. Again, Genesis 2:24. Number 4, loyal and supportive. Sometimes I call that, I think that's it. Loyalty, right? Loyalty and supportive. That's Proverb 31. There's some part of Proverb 31 that talks about that. Again, you're not to take any words in the Bible and start interpreting it literally. Just take what fits. Again, there's a goal here. The goal here is that if you're a woman, it's not really your responsibility to be finding a husband. Okay? Your job is to know what being a wife means. You're already a wife before you are found. Right? Davido did not find a girl that became a wife. He found a wife. You're already a wife before you are found. Very important. Very important. And when you are found, if it's truly a husband, right, it won't be about all this. It's like all that painful stuff that we tend to talk about. Unfortunately, life presents itself in very funny ways. Whatever Davido and Chioma has right now, all of that will still be tested too, because they have their whole life ahead of themselves. We're just talking about what today looked like, the beautiful wedding, why they're so happy. A lot of people seems to be very surprised on why they're so happy, because they keep thinking about Wiri Anita in America. Like, no, everybody is typically, in any family, they're typically happy on wedding days for a good reason. People will start crying about a wedding they saw on TV. They have no idea. That's how beautiful it is. It is what it is, right? But there's something about us that make us envy that, right? And that's not necessarily a bad thing. What we're trying to do now, how many more minutes do we have? Good. This is a good time to get into the 13 lessons, is to build on top of that. I'm going to share some 13 mistakes to avoid immediately, that Davido and Chioma need to avoid immediately. Because now the work starts. And I don't like to call it work, because when you call it work, it's like, you make it scary. No, it's just life. You have to do work too if you are just living your life by yourself anyway. So it's nothing extra special except that you've chosen to do life with another person. It's a form of leverage, right? You get to feed off of each other. Once you find your husband or you find your wife, right? And then everybody can sit on the sidelines and judge it all they want, because they know a little bit small part of your story from the past. They will be all right, especially if you listen to this next segment, because nobody's life is perfect anyway. Before I go into this next segment, I think I should come to the chat. We still have 41 people listening. Wow. That's interesting. I can't believe that everybody's still listening. You guys want me to do more stuff like this? It's not really I enjoy the other stuff more. I do. But let me read the chat backwards. Uncle Beno says, MOP, can you say that again, please? You're already a wife before you are found. Yes, that's a fact. Chioma respects herself first, hence she can be respectful to Adeleke. Yes. And a lot of people are questioning her self-esteem. I'm not sure how you can use one or two events of a person's life to judge somebody's self-esteem. But I get that they are sensationalized because they are public figures. I get that. But look inwards and check that, please. Why are you judging somebody off of two events, like a whole person's life, off of two events that you know happened to them in this life? Could make sense. Today is full-blown Bible study. You are preaching, good brother. I am. Oh my God! Don't tell me that. I don't want people always say, "Hey, you're going to become a pastor." Me, I have to curse. Like fuck. I have to. Unless you allow me to be a pastor and I can curse. I'm a curser. I don't do that here a lot, but I'm a curser. All right, so do you want to hear a pastor with curses? Tell me if you want to hear that. Isn't it funny though? Is he wearing IG models pajamas or what? Endless possibility for another woman. What do the gods wear to bed? Okay, you guys are talking something else now. I'm just trying to see if I missed any chat. I'm glad you guys are having a conversation. Hello, Binkwe. Binkwe, welcome. Binkwe is on our side here, so she can always be here with us late in the evening. Welcome, Binkwe. This wedding kind of give me closure on Chioma personality. That girl is a very smart girl, even smarter than many grown women when it comes to game of love and marriage. I mean, as far as we can see right now, right? So we're just trying to extract all the lessons we can extract there. Some people's dream is to just have a wedding like that, and then they'll figure everything else after that. I'm not mad at them too, you know. But the work starts after. I hate using the word work. It makes me feel funny, but it's work, okay? Anything that's worthwhile in life requires work. So it's not just a matter of marriage. And I'm saying that to people that are scared of marriage because everybody's always saying it's work, it's work, it's work. Like, anything that you care about requires work to maintain, to sustain, to build, right? Who is wearing pajamas? What are you guys talking about? He's crying and the strawberries are distracting me. And then the fact that it's a shorts and shirt. Okay. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I'm missing it now. All right. So you don't mind me cursing and preaching? Nigerians don't be your mate. Nigerian Christianity is not your mate. It's not your mate. Anyway. All right, so let's get into, let's go ahead and do the 13. This 13 is very, very important. But Davido finds a wife. Proverbs 18, 20, 22 is the key here. He means well. He looks like he means well. Part of the skills that we need to acquire over time is what we're going to be talking about right now. It's not stuff that you can... Let's just talk about that in the next segment, because I'm now about to dive into the next segment. Let's do that. And I'll be right back in 20 seconds. We offer evidence-based relationship and marriage resources and coaching to help you navigate the difficult times.
Don't just wing it. Learn the principles that work.
Download our 2 free books and book your complimentary coaching session now at manofprestige.com. All right, welcome back. This light thing, this light is kind of looking funny in my face like this. Let me see if this one makes it look better. You guys prefer this? Okay. I'm not in my studio, so lighting is a struggle. Let's see. Okay, block that one out like that. All right. You guys don't care anyway. So we're going to talk about the 13 mistakes. 13 mistakes that 13 mistakes Davido and Chioma must avoid now. All right. Some of us are, the reason why I'm sharing it because I've gone through this. All right. So I'm sharing from wealth of experience and, like I always say, research, ongoing research, because I'm mentoring, I'm coaching, I'm counseling people all the time. So I'm dealing with this stuff in real time. Okay. So 13 mistakes that Davido and Chioma will turn off the lights. Just turn off the lights and the camera position will just... Okay, that's a good idea. Let's try that. But you can't... I probably need to turn the one off in the back, right? Let me turn the one in the back off. Let's do that. All right, so how's this one? Is it better, or I should turn this one on? Maybe this one. Okay. All right. So it's better actually. All right. So I turned off all the lights in the back off, so we're just using the laptop lights now. All right, so 13 mistakes. So before I get into the 13 mistakes, anybody have an idea what you might want to share? Do you want to share something? Do you want to share something with Davido and Chioma, like a mistake from your own experience that they can avoid? It might actually be in my list already, but I'm just curious. Anybody want to share something that you would say, hey, outside of course, Davido, avoid all types of quikus out there. Outside of that one, right? Anybody want to share maybe mistakes that you've made? You know, people that have made, and you know, it's gonna bite them in the butt if they make it now or later. It's gonna bite them in the butt later on. Anybody want to share something? I'm waiting. Should I just get into it? If you want me to just go, type go. If you want me to go, just hit 1 in the chat. Then I'll just start diving through it. Because I feel like you guys are just chilling to wait for mine. Anybody have something you want to share? Uncle Beno say, over to you, Sister Chidima and Chinye. Everybody want me to go. All right, let's just go. Let's get into it. All right. So this is not just Davido Chioma. There's an extremely high chance they might never see this video. But I'm talking about all the Davidos and Chioma out there. You never know, but I'm just going to share with you because there are many Davido and Chioma, freshly married, newly married. You're excited about what life has to present. You're in love. Right? So I get it. I'm excited just as much for you. Number 1, no pressure. No pressure. You guys know what I'm looking for, right? No pressure.
Everything I do, I will. Pressure to what?
No pressure, okay? No pressure before I get into the rest of the 12, okay? No pressure. Okay, Olokpama everybody ni, no pressure. All right. Let me see. Says the straw that broke the camel's back looked small, but people have their breaking points, and it may not make sense to you. Don't get too comfortable and reckless with your spouse. Oh, that's a good advice. The straw that broke the camel's back looked small, but people have their breaking points, and it may not make sense to you. Don't get too comfortable. I like that, actually. I like that. Pressure, Tiwa. Yes, sir. So no pressure. Just that small thesis that Sesmoa just gracefully gave us. I like that, actually. All right. Number 2, family versus extended. Chioma and those twins are your family. Everything else, extended. Everything else is... Okay, everyone else is extended now. They're still family, they're just extended. Okay? This is not negotiable. This is not something that you are like, but I have to agree to disagree. Baba, you collect. Listen to me carefully. This is not one of them. This is not one of them. And it might seem like it's just semantics. This is going to drive a lot of your crisis handling moments. It's going to drive the way you handle many crises to come. That will come from a place of blind spot. Sometimes you're put in a position where you have to make, they call it something order. You have to make an executive order as the man of your own household. You're not the man of the household or where those other people came from. You're the man of the household that you're inside. Now, Chioma obviously is a partner. One self, one body, right? They're one together, right? So they have to also think in this respect. Everyone else outside of you, your spouse, and your children, they are extended. It's not negotiable. We've done research on this. We've gone back and forth. We've discussed it. We've had people say, well, I kind of agree to disagree. Blood is thicker than water. All that straight in the poto. They don't hold water. They don't. They're just talking points, and they're stupid at best. Okay? The people you are living with, they become your blood. And plus, hopefully you're having a lot of sex with your wife. So you're mixing fluid anyway. So that's not something you want to be playing around with. So that goes for both of them. Number 3, short and long term. There's a way you feel right now at any point in time. You will often find yourself tempted to make decisions off of your short-term feelings. You need to be careful with that. Think about what you're about to do. Take your time. Nobody's rushing you. No, I won't do that. Not on its wedding day. Gee, stop it. Right? Think about what you want. Think about your decisions. You're upset. It's okay to be upset. Okay? It's okay. You're a normal human being. You feel like crying. It's okay to cry. Short term, you feel like yelling. You feel like throwing stuff. That's the short term. Think about it long term. Have you thought about the effect of your behavior long term? A lot of people really don't take the time to think about what resentments look like. You offend people, especially if she was pregnant when you offended her. You offend them years ago and they come back to bite you in the butt later on. Just think in terms of short and long term. Okay, we're making this decision. What is the short term implication? What is the long term implication? Just have that at the back of your mind always. And I'll tell you what. I have a story here. My wife is best to share this story, but I think she shared it before, but I just felt like she was clingy, you know. I didn't think of it as clingy. I was thinking like I know we're freshly married, but I wanted to go to an event. And I think she was quite, I didn't understand it at the time. I think she was just very emotional and she didn't want me to leave. My short-term brain was telling me, you don't want me to leave, Ke? Me, I'll be back. My long-term brain that I understand today would have told me, is it just this one event? There will be many, many events. My wife needs me right now. That's the way I would interpret that today. So whenever you're making a decision or you feel like maybe your partner is pressing too much or anything like that, that's a short-term thing. Think about it a little further, right? Say, hey, long-term, would I want to be able to claim that I was there for you 3 months ago, 1 year ago, 5 years ago? Would I want to be able to take some credit for being there for my partner? Just think it through. You might still decide that you want to do what you want to do, but at least think about it. So that's number 3. So don't make the mistake of doing things based off of your short-term feelings. All right. Number 4, expectations. Please manage your expectations. Don't try to shut down your partner's expectations. Let's start with that. Don't do that. They have expectations, just like any normal human being. You have expectations too. We're not going to turn your expectations down to 0. It's not going to happen. It's not realistic. What you can do is manage your expectations and give your partner the freedom to express their own expectations. I said express their expectation. I didn't say you have to fulfill them. I didn't say you have to buy a Lamborghini for her today. She just wants to be able to tell. She wants to feel free to tell you that I would love that you buy me a Lamborghini one day. Okay. She would like also that you don't use cider to judge her when she says it. She would like that you are able to say, Lamborghini, we got that, baby. That's small thing. Is that all you want? God is bigger than Lamborghini. She just wants to feel safe to be able to, I'm using extremes. She wants to be able to feel safe to express her expectations. Ladies, men also like the freedom of being able to express ourselves. That's what makes us friends. Okay? Ola, his wedding day is the perfect day for that brother Bernard. Did I post it? I think I posted it earlier, right? Let me see if I can find it. Some people are probably curious now. Let's see. All right. Let's see. Where is it? You guys are talking so much in the backstage is so far gone. Let me see if I can scroll up a little bit. Okay, I think I found it. Okay. Shinya, this is your fault. I didn't want to do it. That is crazy. I need to find it and stop it now. May God forgive you, Chinye. That was your fault. Let's get back to the lessons. At least he's safe. That happened today. A Brother Bernard moment. He was trying to wave to everybody, right? All right. There you go. Let's get back to this. Ha! You guys needed the comic relief, huh? All right. So manage your expectations. Expectations are real. They're going to be there. Don't try to turn it off. There's a lot of also counselors out there that are preaching to just, express your expectations. I don't like that focus. Okay. Instead, I want you to put your focus on allowing your partner to express. Give them the freedom to express their expectations. Manage your own expectations. If you do that, it tends to come back to you in folds. Okay? It's your opportunity to focus on your powers as opposed to focus on the other side of power, which is often victimhood. Okay? Express your expectations. Set boundaries early. Calm down. Relax. Okay? With that boundary stuff. You should have boundaries. There's no question about that. You should be able to say, I don't like something. I like this that way. But most people know how to do that. Okay? Well, maybe not most people. Many people know how to do that. Okay? And you should also express if you don't like something. But I want your focus to be on managing expectations, knowing that you are a romantic lover to another person. Engage your seductive powers. Let them feel free to express themselves. Remember, I'm talking about a person you're married now. So I'm not talking about some extreme situation where it's a red flag. I saw a red flag anywhere. No, I'm talking about the person you just married. Okay? They're going to start expressing some expectations, and you might be triggered into trying to shut it down because now you're thinking, I need to express my expectation. Calm down. Relax. There will be more than enough ample opportunities for you to express your expectations. Focus on active listening. All right, so that's that. Let's go on to number 5. How are we doing? Good. The myth of the soulmate. Please don't make this mistake. You are replaceable. All right? You're replaceable. I'm sorry. You know why I wanted to say this? You know how syphilis start to enter day by day as you are leaving. You see that person wake up from the same couch with their stomach upside down every day, right? And now you start to see them finish. All right. The myth of the soulmate. Well, if you're the one that's really in love, you're very much in love with your partner, you feel like they're not going anywhere. That's part of the ways that syphilis creep into your situation. You're absolutely replaceable, but you don't have to be replaceable. You know that, right? You can absolutely still be a soulmate. All right, but time will tell. Don't get comfortable. Shout out to Sesmoa for what she said earlier on. Don't get comfortable. All right. Oh, I like to read this. It's Bold TV. Are you a content creator? If you're a content creator, join the backstage so we can support you. Couples that stay together longer have mastered the art of solving their own marital issues. And just passing and come across this channel. Kudos. Shout out to you. I appreciate you. Sesmoa says the straw that broke the camel's back looked small. But people have their breaking points. Yes. And it's may not make sense to you. Don't get too comfortable. Yes, making that same point. Let me pin that just in case I need to reference it again. Right? So, like I was saying, the myth of the soulmate. You are replaceable. Man or woman. This message goes particularly to my brothers. My brothers, you never think that you're replaceable because you're the man. You married her. You gave her everything. You sponsored her through school. You gave her japa. So now you think you're not replaceable. Baba, every one of us are replaceable. There are 8 billion people out here. So if you move mad, she will start to nurse the idea. Okay? And that's all it starts with. So, yes, you can be soulmates to each other, but that's something that will be tested. So when it's tested, it might come from just one side. One side might be feeling like the victim for a long time before they actually are able to express themselves to you. Maybe they don't feel free to express themselves to you, right? So they have all kind of resentment inside. The point here is, please, that soulmate stuff, you're on a journey. You're on a journey, all right? You should feel special. You should feel like you are the prize. But make sure that your partner feels like the prize. Don't come back from a feminist YouTube channel or a manosphere YouTube channel and be telling your partner that you're the prize. Yeah. If you say stuff like that, you collect. Number 6, respect emotions. Respect emotions. Very important. Let me just link this together with the next one. Okay? Don't make the mistake of telling your partner that's emotionalism. But it's you that feel that way. Don't do that. That's how you feel. That's what you heard. I said that to some people in the chat earlier on today. That's what they heard. That's because I'm not married to them. Okay? And those ones, they were disrespectful. So I had to say something to them. They were extremely disrespectful. Just because they were fighting the cheaters that cheated on them. You know, I'm going to talk about that as the last of today. But respect emotions. Emotions is the biggest variable of all of this. So let me link it to number 7. Never lead with emotions. Respecting emotions doesn't mean you're leading with it. It literally means the same thing. It means you know that emotions are powerful, so don't lead with it. Process your emotions. Engage. What I'm saying with those 2 points is engage emotional intelligence. Okay? Process your emotions. Learn how to pay attention to other people's emotions before you make a judgment, before you act, right? Before you behave. Make sure you're paying attention to emotions, okay? So respect emotions and never lead with emotions. Because if you lead with emotions are that powerful. If you lead with emotions, they are very destructive. You will create chaos. So number 8. All these lessons are you as a man, you have to lead with all these points. So Davido, my message is a big weight of it is to you. Okay, maybe because I'm a man too. So, and I like the idea that I have my house in order, and I like to transfer that to you, you know, in this form of this knowledge. Right? So number 7 again. Never lead, particularly you as a man. Please don't lead with your emotions. If the other person is acting out of place, out of emotions, that's not your cue to judge them or shame them or tell them they are being emotional. It's an opportunity for you to apply some wisdom, apply some emotional intelligence. Okay? It goes a long way. You have that gift. If you're able to hear me and comprehend what I just said, you have the gift, and that's a good thing. They have another type of gift that they can also offer you, and then you complement each other. Don't wait until the other person shows up exactly the way you show up, because it takes 2. Because 2 of us must show up at the same time. Auntie, if you keep saying that to yourself, you collect.
Sorry.
All right. Let me see. Let me come to the chat before we continue. 14. Over the past 30 years, cases of throat, oral, pharyngeal cancer have doubled. An estimated 70% of are attributed to the human HPV something something. Okay, that's a virus, right? The most common sexually transmitted disease. J. Sumi. All right. Brotherhood never expired. Play that soundbite for me, please, again. Which part that did he expect? What did I say that did he expect? They expect this. So
I never expected it.
They know what time it is. What's disrespectful? What did I say that's disrespectful? You guys listen to something else? Scary. Or the way, what did I say earlier on? Did I say something? Okay, I don't know what I said, but remind me. Thank you. It's scary, and the way viruses from different regions can mutate and create new strain. Imagine getting infected as a faithful person because your partner can zip it crazy. I'm telling you, you engage that conversation, you will never come out of it. That's why it's called virus. It's not just virus in reality, it's virus of the mind too. It's like it's cancerous too. It will eat up your chances of ever having peace of mind. I'm just letting you know. Okay? But I hear you. You're talking about people being faithful. They should be faithful. All right, so let's keep going. Let's see. Wait, what happened? Disrespectful on top Davido matter. It's not that serious. Last like it's not our lives. Oh, what I said about the disrespectful. Did you read the message that I'm about to read yet? No, wait for that message. It was very disrespectful. I'll read it for you. Yeah, content creators and coaches are human beings. So if anybody is listening, they should also pay attention because we're trying to teach them, you know. Yeah, they were very disrespectful. I didn't know. See, I already forgot. See how I moved on so fast. Anyway, number 8, self-preservation. Man or woman, you cannot give what you don't have. In every sense, self-preservation. Okay, preserve yourself mentally, preserve yourself emotionally, preserve yourself spiritually, preserve yourself physically. Stay fit. Stay fit. If you don't stay fit in every respect, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically. 4, you have to stay fit. Again, see finish with creeping, you'll get comfortable. That's okay. You pick yourself up, you dust it off, you get going again. Self-preservation. Self-preservation, I would like to also add self-respect into that. Okay. I will also have to add self-love into that. Okay. So very, very important. Self-intelligence. Okay. Take the time to take care of yourself as consistent as you can. Very, very important. Number 9, preventing. Number 9 mistake that people make is focusing on preventing than responding. Focusing on the skills of preventing rather than on skills of responding to crisis. All right. So this is marriage. We're talking about marriage. We like to say prevention is better than cure, right? It's cute, sure, nice. But when you learn how to respond to crisis, that often comes with the skill set of prevention as well. Okay? So it's like one already wrapped up in one. Preventing does not necessarily prepare. When it comes to marriage, when it comes to emotional matters, the skills of preventing oftentimes, like the conversation we're just having, you just be obsessed with the worst case scenarios of the world we live in. This world, let me be very clear about something for you. The world we live in is a very, very dangerous world. There's a lot of diseases, okay? If I put my hands on this thing right here, right, and I'm carrying certain things, you put your hands on it. If you don't want, we tell you wash your hands after, okay? There are some people who call them germophobic, right? This word is dangerous. You might say, just that's not the same. No, those germs can kill. Okay? Some things that is living in our body is not compatible with some other people's body. It can destroy them. They can just fall sick. Somebody you have no idea why they died. This world we live in is a very dangerous world. There's no doubt about that. But the chances that you're going to wake up tomorrow morning if you live in the America is extremely high if you're under the age of 52. That's the reality. The chances that germs are not going to kill you by tomorrow morning is extremely high. That's part of us learning how the world we live in is not perfect, but we're learning how it works and we make the most out of it. But when it comes to emotional matters, you don't want to just play defense. You also want to learn how to play offense. Offense, not against your partner, but you and your partner against the forces of darkness that are actively looking to destroy what you have from a blind spot. That blind spot sometimes will be a Bible verse that you will quote to yourself and you will destroy yourself. Sometimes it's a prophetess that will say something to you, and before you know it, there's calamities in your household. Because we're talking about the virus of the mind now. That's what most people are dealing with in marriage. Virus of the mind. Okay? A lot of times it comes from you, what you saw growing up, childhood trauma. A lot of time it comes from your own personal experiences. A lot of times it comes from you consuming the wrong type of content all the time on YouTube. That's how powerful they are. They don't have to touch you. They will eat you up and eat your life. You will not know peace. That's what I want to discuss here. I don't do clinical stuff here. I'm not a medical doctor, right? But I can tell you this much. This is a very dangerous world. There's a lot of germs and viruses that will kill you. Not you, but that kills. They're out there. It's just a dangerous word. It's not a newsflash. Okay? So, prevention rather than respond. Being responsible. Responding. How do you respond to crisis? Focus on your crisis and conflict handling skills. Most of the issues you're going to have will come from a blind spot. Davido and Chioma, you will never see it coming. You never expected it. It's not stuff that anyone could have prepared you for. The only help we can offer to prepare you is just know that some things like that are coming. What do? Patience, active listening, patience, lots of patience. Count down 30 seconds. It's okay. Trust me, life is not going to end right now. Heaven is not going to fall out of the skies. Calm down. Listen to what they're trying to tell you. What we're talking about is purely emotional. They triggered you. They said something you didn't like. They said something that reminded you of some kind of trauma, right? How your skill of responding when it happens like that in real time is much more important than your skills of prevention is better than cure. Because most times, the tactics that you've prepared to prevent stuff ahead of time, they're not effective when real things happen. That's why I'm telling you that, okay? That doesn't mean you shouldn't learn some prevention stuff. I'm just saying all that 100% focus you put in prevention is better than cure is probably not going to help you. You need to learn how to respond to crisis when it's happening in real time, especially those type that you never, like it shocks your system, right? Because you're married to a person that was raised by an entirely different person, family, right? Environment. So I wanted you to put that in perspective. It's okay to learn both, but if I was to choose one, responding to crisis, real-time responsibility for crisis and conflicts when they happen is much more important than prevention is better than cure nonsense that everybody is pushing around social media. It's not nonsense. I'm just trying to get your attention, if you know what I mean. All right. Number 10, don't put marriage on a pedestal. Marriage is an institution. It's a function of the people in it. If you have trash people inside of that marriage will be trash. If you have solid people, open-minded people that are willing to learn over time inside of that marriage, they will thrive. They will never know their secrets. If you can't find a crack in the wall, you won't know their secrets. But there is secret. Trust me. Trust me, their life is not perfect. There's secrets. Don't put marriage on a pedestal. Don't suddenly, because you're married now, you're now treating her like duty. You're not able to create an emotional emotionally safe environment for your partner. Okay? That's something you should continue to be better at doing, right? I've always had the mindset that, hey, my wife is my girlfriend. I'm going to treat her like my girlfriend, like it's fresh, like it's brand new. I've always had that mindset. But when life hit me, I was checked too. I was chin checked, right? But then it's something I re-engaged back that is extremely useful for me today. My wife, I treat her like she's a fresh girlfriend. Like I'm looking forward to every opportunity to mingle, to be friends, to have conversations. So maybe she also helps me do that, because remember, she's a helpmate. She's a partner, right? She's a wife. Maybe she also helps. So I want to take the full credit for it, but it's not real. It's not realistic. But there's a way that you have to move as an individual to be able to make this flow all the way through. The point here is that marriage thing, sometimes people put on a pedestal and then they start to take each other for granted because they expect the label of marriage to just sustain everything all the way through. Don't do it. It's good to have the marriage thing on paper, but that's about that. Continue to date each other. Continue to serve each other. Continue to feed each other. All those things you used to do that got you into marrying each other and being so happy on your wedding day. Try to continue that. And it's okay if complacency creeps in sometimes, or you take each other for granted, but just be aware so that you don't argue with your destiny. What are you looking for? Your mate will be happy with the little they have right now. Didn't I buy you a Rolls Royce yesterday? Don't say things like that, because Baba, nobody sends you. Keep it simple. What you used to do, continue to do it, and be aware that you should continue to do it. If you fall short sometimes, it's okay. She knows. He knows that you fall short sometimes. You get some grace. Grace is also part of the whole thing, right? So part of the things you should give each other is also grace. Part of the things you should give your partner, as I like to say, is grace. If you want some grace, give some grace. Number 11, don't put your children on a pedestal. Them little motherfuckers will divide you up and destroy your marriage. Wait, how can we blame children? Wait, what? Yes, I said it. Okay? Children are the worst. They will divide you up. They will play you. They will manipulate you. They will destroy your marriage. Okay? The best way to put the children first is to put your spouse first. The best way, listen to what I just said carefully. If your goal is to put your children first, the best way to put them first is to put your spouse first. If you're not capable of doing that because you're in a space that's quite funky right now, your marriage is not in a good place, seek help. Seek wise counsel. Because that's still the answer. You need to get back, find your way back to that. The kids will divide you. They are manipulative. They know what they're doing. You can't blame children. They didn't force themselves to be here. Oyo, okay? You're in Oyo. I told you now. You won't say, I didn't warn you before, okay? Friendship is priority. Number 12, friendship is priority. Friendship is not as simple as, we're just friends. And then, listen, this friendship of a thing, I keep saying it, is a big deal, okay? If they were that happy, you see them singing Davido song back and forth, and they were doing that lyrics, all that kind of stuff. They are friends. They need to maintain that. It's priority. There are days they won't feel like having sex. There are days that one person will not feel like having sex. There are days that one person will be going through something and the other person, like, being friends with them will naturally allow you to give grace, will naturally allow them to give you grace, right? And they pay attention. They do pay attention. Maybe not consciously, many times subconsciously, but just keep this friendship thing at the back of your mind. Don't put them on the back burner right now, because a lot of people will put friendship down from where it actually belongs, because that's what got you here. They'll put it down, they'll put marriage there. Don't do that to yourself. Friendship is priority. And number 13, who wants to guess what number 13 is? Last but not least, number 13. Who wants to guess what number 13 is? Last but not least. Shout out to Lady Navor. Good to see you, Lady Navor. Who wants to get what number 13 is? Guess what number 13 is? Number 13. Number 13. And then we can get into, let me drag somebody a little bit. Who wants to guess what number 13 is? I love that, Beyond Braids. I wish I had that. I don't have that on there. But that's a good one. Have more sex. Absolutely. Yeah, of course. Have more sex. I don't know how I missed that, but I came up with 13. I actually originally came up with 7, but then they kept coming to me throughout the course of the day. Yeah, so let's make that number 15 because Sesmoa gave us a 14 about the disease earlier on. Let's give that number 15. Don't lose yourself. I think we talked about that when I said self-preservation. Most people will lose themselves inside of marriage. Men especially lose themselves, but they're not capable of putting it into words like that because their sense of duty, they get carried away because they're always duty. A man is raised kind of like to be that. They just don't do that when it comes to emotional stuff. But everything else, a man wants to just duty, show up, feed my family, and they lose themselves. So when sometimes I tell them, I say, calm down. Like, why are you arguing with your destiny? And they don't get it. Like, you too, you deserve soft life. It's a very hard thing for men to understand sometimes. But most women agree that they lose themselves inside of a marriage. They know because they are connected to their emotions. They are emotionally expressive. So they know what I mean when I say you've lost yourself. A man is like, I lost myself. Kilo mean? I'm just handling my business. I'm a grown man. What do you mean I lost myself? Like, Baba, you lost yourself. Why are you arguing with your wife in a toxic way? Why do you feel the need to argue like this? Why don't you rest small? This is a very hard thing for them to understand, you know. So, it better not be about malice. Please, I'm tired. No, not malice. If you do everything I've given you today, including having more sex, you won't keep malice. So no, malice is a function of other things, right? There's a breakdown in communication is what creates malice. So maybe most people would have said I should have added communication, but I always say, hey, that communication thing, especially the way you guys say it, I'm questioning it. What do you mean by communication? You want to speak blunt at your spouse? Yeah. Oh, yeah. You already know that part. Okay. Let's just make sure we had effective communication, okay? Effective communication. But no, not that, not malice. Malice is a function of breakdown in communication. So maybe we make master effective communication as number 16. How's that, right? I have my number 13. I didn't give my number 13 yet. Okay, my number 13 is kind of sneaky. But actually, you know what? It might be related to what Chidima said, though. Maybe small, not directly. Maybe small, not directly. Maybe small. All right. So I promise you, I won't do a week-long series like that again, like I did the malice treatment. I'll do maybe 2 sometimes, like 2-part series. Because I know that we want to talk about relationship, but we don't want to at the same time. It's confusing. But number 13, let me give you number 13. I think it's kind of related to what Chidima said. You need your friends. You need your friends. You need your friends.
I never expected it.
Okay. Keep your friends.
He shock you.
You need your friends. Okay, very important. So I find that's why I said it's kind of linked to what Chidima is saying. Sometimes when you're in love, you go on honeymoon, you get married, you have babies and stuff like that. You know, people will start now. They have this entitlement to start detecting what kind of friends you have, or one friend that they really never liked before. And remember, this is an expectation. Allow them to express the expectation. They just need to feel free to talk. Okay. But I'm talking to you now. You have your own friends. Maintain your friendship with your friends. Your friends are a healthy part of they're a very healthy part of reason why you attracted your spouse in the first place. Sometimes people will say they want something and they're just confused. They're looking for all kind of crazy cookie cutter solutions. Gotta be careful with that. Please keep your friends. Just keep your friends. And I'm talking not extreme situations where your friends were people that you were on drugs already and it was time to lose your friends anyway. That's not what I'm talking about. We don't talk about that here. We talk with normal people here. Keep your friends. You need your friends. Sometimes that person, you don't tell your friends your marital, because shout out to the person who gave us an advice just a few minutes ago. Let me see if I can find it. We didn't go that deep. They can find this. What's her name again? I haven't seen her here before. It's Bold TV. This one. Shout out to her, right? Solving marital issues between each other. I don't want you to take your marital issues to your friends, because what happens is that they take an offense against your spouse more than you, and they don't forgive your spouse even long after you've forgiven your spouse. Okay? So that's not what your friends are for. Your friends are for whatever they were good for before, right? Meaning it's like a small outlet where you can take a breather, you go grab some drinks, you hang out, then you look forward to coming back home to your spouse. I'm talking about healthy situations now. So as much as I said here that friendship, your spouse should be your best friend. That's ideal, okay? Number 13, you need your friends. You will find moments in time when you feel like you need your friends. Don't lose them, okay? Don't lose them. So don't lose your social circle. Don't burn bridges, but have boundaries. I like that, I like that. So you might have friends that are single ladies, all the single ladies, and they want to invite you to go to Vegas every other week. Obviously, you need some boundaries. And, if you're a Chioma, you probably don't want to go on such trips anyway. But if you get into a place of complacency later on, where you are starting to take each other for granted, you might now find yourself wanting to go on such trips. Boundaries. Much boundaries is necessary in that case, but make sure you're also addressing the underlying reasons why you suddenly want to run away from your spouse. A lot of people simply don't want to go home, even at the end of their day work, because they don't know what they're going to go face. So I understand it sometimes, but again, a lot of boundaries around that. All right, so that was the 13 lessons. Maybe we can do a quick recap. No pressure. I'm not pressurizing you. Go and do your honeymoon. Jejely, make sure you do the honeymoon. Even if it's just a honeymoon in front of your house, that's fine. Number 2, family versus extended. Don't make the mistake of thinking your extended family are family. Your family is your immediate family. They come first. Your first ministry is your immediate family. They come first. Your immediate family is your children and your wife. Okay? That's it. And that's also boundaries. Okay? Number 3, short versus long term. Make sure you assess long term before you make short term decisions. Okay? Make sure you assess ASSESS the long term implications of your decisions before you try as much as possible to do that. I know we're humans. Number 4, manage your expectations. Number 5, the myth of the soulmate. You're replaceable. But you can still be soulmates, but you're replaceable. Just keep that at the back of your mind. That means take care of your spouse. Okay? That's another way of managing the see finish that inevitably comes in. Number 6, respect emotions. I'm over time, 8 minutes now, but I'll read that letter to you. I'll say what I want to say about that stupid, disrespectful letter, and then we'll call it a day. Number 7, never lead with emotions. Number 8, self-preservation. Don't lose yourself. You will sometimes, but just always have that at the back of your mind to take care of yourself. Listen, marriage will drain you sometimes. It's okay. It's just part of life. Re-engage, rejuvenate, do what you have to do. Take care of yourself. Preventing versus responding to crisis. Prevention is better than cure, sure. But make sure you learn how to respond to crisis and conflict in real time. Meaning, prepare that you've never seen this type of problem before. So, patience, active listening, and take a deep breath, okay? And crisis that you never see coming will happen. It's just real life, okay? Number 10, don't put marriage on a pedestal. Number 11, don't put your children on that pedestal. They are children, all right? You're the parent, okay? Number 12, friendship is priority. Number 13, you need your friends. Number 14, where is number 14? I can't find it though. There were so many. We have 14, 15, 16, 17. You guys can put that in the comment for me later on. All right, so that's that. That was basically the 13 mistakes that Davido and Chioma must avoid now. I thought that's something I could share for a newly wedded that we're happy for, that they can also work with. All right. Without any further ado, if you're watching this as a replay later on, feel free to add your own in the comment area. I'll be back in 20 seconds. We offer evidence-based relationship and marriage resources and coaching to help you navigate the difficult times.
Don't just wing it. Learn the principles that work.
Download our 2 free books and book your complimentary coaching session now at manofprestige.com. All right, so we have this thing on the screen. So earlier on, we were on Auntie B's platform, and Auntie B Obodo Oyinbo TV platform, and I get it. You know, the Davido has some reputation that triggered a lot of people, obviously, and they were triggered. And the funny thing about people that are triggered, they often come back and say, "Don't tell me I'm triggered." I'm like, "Okay, you're triggered. Prove to me that you're not triggered. Why are you being disrespectful? Why is this so personal?" We're catching cruise. She started the show by saying, "My son is all." If you couldn't, even if she didn't say, if you couldn't detect that she was catching cruise, you need to work on your social intelligence. You need to work on your social skills. If you could not detect that she was catching cruise. So yes, this is like a small segment where I needed to address this because I'm not sure Auntie B will address it. I think she's going to address it, but I wanted to address this because I feel like there's some lessons in this. You know, I've also shared some of that lessons with I think Sesmore earlier on when she talked about the diseases and all these other extreme cases that are granted, they are increasing, right? I wanted to, I talked about that. Those things are real. We live in a dangerous world. And towards the end of the show, I just noticed that they kept going in. I get it. They were disappointed. People are used to cheetahs being dragged. Well, today is the wedding day of the guy. Right? Today is his wedding day. Right? Just picture a platform where they're talking and then people are sitting on the stage dragging the guy's infidelity that happened months to years ago. Okay? And people are and that's all they are dragging on his wedding day. Just you stand on the outside and picture it. Does that look like happy people? Like, why would anybody want to be a part of it? There are reasons why people will want to be a part of that. Broken people, they don't mind being a part of that. They don't mind being a part of that. And we need to, when people say, call a spade a spade. Yes, I'm calling a spade a spade. Broken people, they don't mind. Misery loves company. They don't mind wallowing in that kind of funk. Well, not everybody is comfortable with that. Some people say, you know what? Today is cruise day. If you look at Auntie B's Spirit, she has Thursdays that she does like cruise day and stuff like that. And even here, I get serious. I'm speaking my big English. We have comic relief and things like that to help us lighten the mood a little bit here sometimes. If you don't understand what I am talking about, if you don't get it, no, don't forget about it. Let's educate ourselves. Okay? These are part of the reasons why some marriages are falling apart. Relationships are falling apart. Some people just don't know how to laugh and smile sometimes. Everything is all serious for them. Everything is, they're always actively looking for a way to connect to their pain. Can I also shock you? We all do it. We all do it. We need to check it though. It's something you need to be aware of. You need to just relax and say, hey, I know I've gone through something, but it's not all doom and glooms. Jesus Christ. Smile sometimes. Be intentional about that. People are catching cruise. I'm going to have some fun too. You might even be a little bit awkward because your personality is a little bit off. You're always a serious person. That's okay. But just recognize what's going on and say, hey, today is somebody's wedding day. They talk. There are people that have made comments here. They put a low light-headed thing to it and they put the caveat, I hope he keeps his prick inside his pants. That's fine. That's okay to say little things like that because it's a public figure. He can handle it. But when you're going on and on and on to the extent where you're now disappointed in the person who set up a stage for you to just have conversations and learn, unlearn, and all this thing, that's deeper than Auntie B. That's a personal problem at that point in time. To the point where you have to be so disrespectful. I mean, look at this thing right here. This is not nice. I'm going to read it to you. It's not nice. And it's obvious a broken person typed this because this is not her reality. We can only laugh about it. She shared it with me because honestly we're laughing about it, but me being a serious person I'm like, there's some lessons we can extract out of this. Okay, because if she's going to address it, it's going to get personal, right? But it's already personal because this person is speaking about themselves. This is what this person says. Today you walked back years of progress your channel made. This person said, hello, Auntie B. The person said, hello, Auntie B. Today you walked back years of progress your channel made. And you wonder why you haven't reached 100,000 subscribers. I hope your daughter meets a Davido. Are you hearing? These are people looking for, I don't know if people, I'm convinced some people don't want better situations for themselves. They just want to swim inside of their misery. Okay? They like, okay, we know it. People are collecting woto left and right inside of relationship. I get it. People hurt each other. People don't come off the streets to hurt you. Oftentimes, the closest people to the people you're having sex with, they're the one that are hurting you the most. That's literally the reality of all of us. There's nothing special about you. To what grade, it depends. Depends on how you handle things, how much you can handle. Who knows? But when you're coming to the table acting like you're the only one that have gone through something, or everybody in this camp have gone through the same thing you've gone through, so now you can't help it. But let me keep going. It's just sad. I hope your daughter meets a Davido. That's a person being malicious. That person was always malicious. They might have heard one or two things that they could relate with that made them feel good that Auntie B said. Maybe it was the day they were dragging a quote-unquote Mongo pack. But you want every day to look like that? Like, reflect. Maybe this is why you struggled in relationships. Reflect. I hope your daughter meets a Davido. Since you love him so much, I hope she marries a man like him. And for you to call women triggered. I get triggered. I've been on Auntie B's platform before and they said things that triggered me. I don't see being triggered as negative like that, honestly. If you see it as negative, you see it as negative. Let's talk about why you see it as negative. It's hitting a nerve. What is it? What is it about you that's making that the word triggering? The word triggering is now triggering. To what extent? Like how far are you going to go with this? You are triggered by the word trigger. How far are we going to go with this? Because you should let the rest of us know. There are many ladies on that platform that just want better. They want to learn. Right? Let them know so they can know they are hanging like that. Not everybody wants solution, or we just want to talk about all the problems. Calling women triggered. Okay. Calling women triggered. So that's offensive. Good. Let's keep going. And for you to call women triggered, that's why your channel will continue to flounder. Okay? Our channel is not floundering. Okay, just in case you're not aware, Auntie B's platform is a money maker. The majority of the people listening to that platform will never see that kind of money. Newsflash. So if you're looking at subscriber, I've told her before, don't look at subscribers. It's the views that matter, not the views, the watch time, how long people are watching. Sometimes she wants her her videos super fast. Don't worry about the videos. It's the live stuff that people are watching. It is what it is. They watch longer. They are much engaged. The ones that are learning are learning. And let me warn you right now, majority of people that are learning are usually fewer than the ones that are there to just catch cruise. Catch cruise in terms of, just wallowing in misery and just allowing somebody to rub on their wound so they can feel better about the wound. Not everybody wants to stay in the wound forever. Some people just want to heal and move on. Anyway, this person goes, I don't know, it could be a man. I don't know. The person looks like they're fighting for women, but I don't know. I can't tell. And I intentionally didn't, because she knows the person that sent the email. I didn't ask for it. It doesn't matter. Because this is a lesson for all of us, okay? So the person said, your marriage is dead. So you've made an about face to seek validation from 3 to 4 men on your page. Your marriage is dead. So you've made an about face to seek validation from 3 to 4 men on your page. Wow. This person has hate in their spirit. This person has hate in their spirit. And it's sad. It's sad that they probably can't see it. They were on the platform in the chat. They were going back and forth. They were disappointed. Are you trying to validate cheating? When there was no point at any point in time anybody said cheating was okay. I even made it a point. I said cheating is wrong. I even said that a few times. I even typed it into the chat. But clearly, these people don't believe that they are capable of creating better relationships and attracting better situationships. They don't believe it. So they just have a need to continue to engage this thing that's so dear to their heart in a weird, twisted way. But let's keep going. People stay on your channel for 2 years max. How they know this is beyond me. People stay on your channel for 2 years max and then stupidly bleeds out, so they flee. That's a lie. My wife and I have followed Auntie B for years before we even came on there as a guest. So that's a lie. And yes, a lot of men, newsflash, a lot of men follow her. No, it's not the loud ones that call her, maybe they say she's always teaching women to file for divorce and stuff. But a lot of men listen behind the scenes and they appreciate what she's saying. Okay? If it's just 20% of that 95,000 subscribers that are men, that's a lot of men. Do you understand the math? People stay on your channel for 2 years max and then they stupidly bleed out, so they flee. I would say do better, but I doubt you are capable of better. See? Projection. That person is projecting because they're not capable of better. To say where will a woman with 3 kids go, ask your children. To say that all men cheat, check your husband. Keep chasing sense and stay stuck under 100,000 subscribers. Male identified old hag. Be triggered now. Again, if I'm triggered, it's not a crime. It's you that sees that as a crime. It's you that want to be macho. You want to be a superhuman. You're never triggered. So anytime somebody says trigger, it triggers you. And then you wonder why you can't get out of the problems. Everywhere you go is your shadow. You look for it. You look for it in conversations. You bring it up because you can't help it. It's human behavior. I get it. But it's something you need to check. Something you need to check if that's you. It's sad. This conversation didn't need to go that nasty. But, we don't mind turning you into a content. How's that? To a piece of content. We don't mind. I'm going to read this backwards so we can round off the show for the night in about 7 minutes. Chidima said this is pure witchcraft. Attacking her family and her channel. Yeah. Biko, what is male identified? Basically, pick-me's. I think that's what they mean. Pick-me's. I'm sure there's some of the ladies. Shout out to Honey Bay. I'm sure there's some people that have, shout out to D-Love. There's some people that had authentic they were genuinely concerned that we don't send out the message that cheating is okay. There are some people like that. Okay. And there were a few of them that were going back and forth in the chat. She found banter in it. She was joking around. She said, okay, I admit my bias. I love Davido. So today is his wedding. Let's just celebrate. A normal human being should be okay with that. Please, okay? A normal human being should be perfectly okay with that. But to what extent? So now these people that were saying, no, we must call out the cheating today. You know, when you have small worry, I always tell you there's somebody willing to multiply the worry for you. See the extent they took it to now, right? That's why, again, it's not just about your obsession with what's right and what's wrong. We're social beings, okay? Sometimes people just want to smile and laugh around you, and you're not capable of doing that because you're always serious. And then you wonder why they're looking at you like a witch. Sorry, oh. It's small things like this. So while some of my sisters that were saying like that small thing you had there, you say you leave it alone. But sometimes some people they're so broken that they take that and they run with it and they turn it into something. Look at this person now going after somebody else's family because they want to be a content creator. Me, I will drag you. Your content at the end of the day. Once you want to be stupid, you turn to content. Anyway, Adewale, JR, Kidola, One Mommy, so many. Those so many. Behind the scenes, people see me outside now and there's like, I heard you on this lady. They will say this lady in the UK, and to be, I heard you on that show. Men. Okay, I think the platform is evolving. There's a much needed conversation between men and women in healthy ways that's happening. And that's a problem? Is that a problem? Yeah. So I thought tonight, I said I wanted to talk about this just so you know, like, it's not every time that, I don't even know, what is the exact lesson in all of this? If you have brokenness in you, fix it, please. Talk to someone, please. Because the way it shows out like this, and we can tell. We can see through it. It's full of projection. 195,000 subscribers is not anybody's mate. Okay? That's in the top YouTube channels on YouTube. It's not no be beans to build that kind of platform. I remember Auntie B losing that platform one time. She got it back. You know why? Because it's significant. They went to look at the numbers. They saw how engaging that platform was. And she was able to get it back. So if somebody is not engaging your gender warrior narrative on certain days, it's cruise day. You can just leave quietly the room and come back on the day that they're doing gender warrior stuff. Like, anyway. Chinese have followed Auntie B since ending 2018 to beginning 2019. And there's no organization in the world where people don't come and go. It's actually a lot of truth to people come and go. That's fine. That's fine. Why is that this person's problem? B.O. Uncle Beno, esteemed Uncle Patrick. Yeah. I remember when Ola and his wife come as a guest to share. You remember that? That was way back. That was more than 2 years ago. So maybe this is an anecdotal example. I get it. Again, the fact that people come and go on any platform, there's nothing special or profound about that means that that person is not delivering value. No, that is actually a stupid conclusion. Every platform in the world, organization, the biggest platforms in the world, Google, okay, maybe not Google, but even Google self, okay, Google, Yahoo, Facebook, the biggest of biggest organization, Coca-Cola, anything, churches, the biggest churches, people come and go. That's how it works. And every single one of them will hit a plateau somewhere. And that plateau is exactly where it needs to be at, because that's not what determines the how far success can go. That's too technical, I know. So if you're obsessed, you think you're looking at 100K, who cares about 100K? She's thriving regardless. Regardless. And if you're too dumb to see that, then that's all your, that's all your. But no, we're calling you out and turning you to content. Okay, yes, I advise that to create content around this tomorrow too. Yeah, you're a piece of content. If you are going to be stupid, we'll turn you to content. You get it? Yeah. It's a constant feature on the channel and he spoke today, so it's him. Ola collected stray bullet. I did? Oh yeah, with the 3 to 4 men. I'm not even the most frequent there. I'm not the most frequent there, but I come. I come at least once a month. I try to. Yeah, they are probably religious. Yep. You remember when I was on there the last time, somebody was like, who is the well, we started the conversation. The person was like, who is this person going on, and there's no scriptures to back up. Let me tell you right now, that was a stupid statement to make. No, I'm not going to let you pass and be, no, there's some things you should know right now that is just stupid, and correct it. Okay? Religious over, I don't want to call it over religious, it's you. There's something ridiculously wrong with you, and you don't know how to comprehend the relationship with God. It must be religion for you. And it's not working for you, because there's no way I offer 5 sentences. I just started telling my story. I'm in the middle of telling my story. And then somebody goes, what is this on and on without backing of scripture? First of all, Antibi's platform, they don't really do much scriptures there like that. Once in a while, she will catch the Holy Ghost. Yeah. The whole letter was evil. It was just evil. Sounds like a woman to you. I just don't want to assume. Because sometimes you have some woman rapper like that too. You'll be shocked. It will shock you. They expect Auntie to always fight their battle against men, and that's not why she opened her platform. Jim, I think you called in earlier today, right? That was you, right? People need to be able to be subjective when conversations don't go their way. Just if it's not going your way, maybe it's okay to agree to disagree without dragging people's family in it, right? Triggered times is used as dismissive term. So if the person was already angry, there's a chance it set them over the edge. Yes, I get it. But to what extent? You're triggered by the word triggered. At some point, you catch yourself. You say, I know I was triggered, but then I'm being triggered by trigger. Okay, maybe this conversation is not for me. Let me leave the room. What's wrong with that? It's okay to do that sometimes, right? This person may be a new subscriber. Auntie B does not have a daughter. Auntie B, does she doesn't have a daughter? I'm not even sure, honestly. I don't know that part. But she has Natu. Natu is a daughter to Auntie B. Shout out to Natu. I know she's listening behind the scenes. A sad person indeed. The person needs healing. It's wrong now. Wrong. Yeah, it's wrong. It's personal attacks. Listen, I get it that some of these conversations sometimes can become personal. But please, if it becomes personal, just so you know, I'll turn you to content. I'm warning you up front right now. Okay? Because once you put your face on a public content or in a comment somewhere, that means you want it to be public. So it is what it is. Like, why the hell are you being an ass? They were so disrespectful. Yep. So that's why D-Lo was saying earlier, but why is this like, yeah, you'd be shocked how far people would take these issues. It got really, really nasty. It was not, there's no way we will let it slide, because some people, they don't know that it's bad. They're literally operating from a place of emotions, and sometimes we just, instead of sugarcoating it, if you want me to sugarcoat it, pay me. Then we'll help you walk your way through to a better life. But if you're going to stay on a public platform and be disrespectful, you lack self-respect. We will show you. Okay, we'll show you that you're a lunatic, essentially. Okay, so also keep in mind that this letter might be written by one person. There are many people that will be happy to see this letter. to see that this letter was written. I'm talking to all of you now. If you're happy that this letter was written today, I'm talking to all of you now. Okay. Hey, I thought she has a daughter. Yeah, I think she has a daughter. She's just not. She talks about the babies. I think Auntie B has a daughter. Oh yeah, you called in. Yeah, I thought that was you. Yeah. That person is among. Not who came out of nowhere. Jesus. Oh, 2 minutes ago. That person is among the people that Chioma never marry. Among the people that Chioma never marry Davido. The way the guy was all over has herself them tired. Davido is into Chioma, made them go rest. You know. So let's take. So I think I'll blame all of this on gender warrior or any gender war narratives. Okay. So it's a lot of people engaged in it for good reasons. Okay. A lot of people engaged in gender war for good reasons. I get it. I completely get it. All right. But no one is responsible for soothing your feelings on the internet. If somebody created a platform and she spent a lot of time speaking for women going through abuse and all that kind of stuff, and she's catching cruise one day, and with her full chest she told you like, okay, I love Davido. A man's gift creates room for him, makes room for him. It's not something you decide. If you can't see it, maybe you can't see with Davido. There are other aspects of life where you also give room to the people that you worship in one respect or the other. All right? If you can't see that, you can't see that. That's on you. But don't be surprised if you get dragged. Okay? And newsflash, RTB's platform is evolving. It's all inclusive now. Okay? She's listening actively. She's listening. So she's listening. You know me, I drag men because I think they're leaders and they should occupy and continue to assume their position as a leader, especially if that's what they want. Okay? But she's listening. And it's necessary that we're listening to men. That we're listening to men. If we're going to be obsessed with conversation about romantic relationship between men and women, then it doesn't make sense for anybody to act like we can't listen to men. So if she's doing that, she can use your support. Ladies, she can use your support. Listen, be nice. If a man is being an APC Bishop Ekene, we will drag him for you. No wala. If they can't listen, many of them are terrible at listening. Some of them are trolls. But if she's catching small cruise like today, if you don't like the cruise day, just go away somewhere. Go and rest now. You know, she says she has one beautiful chocolate daughter. I think she's hiding her daughter from us or something. I think I've heard her say she has daughter before, but I know the daughter is older, and she always talk about her baby, so I can understand that. All right, so thank you guys. I appreciate you. I didn't want to waste too much time on that because it's kind of negative. But the lesson there is the gender war thing. Let's all join forces together and fight gender war. It doesn't help. Listen, we are social, emotional beings. We need connection. We're going to continue to fall on kwekus, fall inside kwekus, fall on bola. Not me and you, but you guys will fall on bola sometimes by mistakenly. It's going to keep happening. It's going to happen. Okay? Yeah, it's going to keep happening. So we must as well learn how to do it right. So let's join forces together. If we see any kind of gender war narrative, let's fight it. I like it when I see people fight generalizations in the chat because me, I'm hands off. I'm done. Because we all generalize, but slow down on generalization. Okay? If there's a point like, hey, you're generalizing there. Hey. I like it when I see it. Let's like that. It's okay to generalize, but let's acknowledge this generalization. Oh, somebody said I said most. I saw a chat. Was it between Chi or somebody? And somebody was correcting the person that not all men cheat, or not all Nigerian men. So the person said I said most, but the person actually didn't say most. They misquoted themselves. The person actually said what they said, which was indicative that all people cheat. So it's not about dragging them. It's about correcting them in love. Let's correct them in love from time to time. Like, hey, that's generalization. But have you considered this? Have you considered? So we can still do that in love. But if somebody is disrespectful like this, please let's drag them together too, because that person is toxic and broken. We need to get their attention. If you don't drag them, you won't get their attention. If you try to appease them, you won't get their attention. All right. Shout out to everybody that stayed up late. 2 hours, 39 minutes overtime. Hopefully you've been enlightened. Sesmo said bye fam. It was nice chatting. She's ready. She's leaving us. Thank you. I appreciate all of you. Thank you. Hopefully you've been enlightened, educated. On your way out, hit the like button. We'll see you on the next one. Peace. We offer evidence-based relationship and marriage resources and coaching to help you navigate the difficult times.
Don't just wing it. Learn the principles that work.
Download our 2 free books and book your complimentary coaching session now at manofprestige.com.